Hello there, namaste. So I'm going off to see a very gruesome, supposedly scary film, Terrifier 3. And just for note, I absolutely hate clowns. Alright, like I said, I've never been a fan of clowns, and I'll actually get into my rational reason as to why I don't. And I do have one. But Terrifier 3, this film is a gruesome slasher film. It's not a scary film unless you're afraid of gore, so it's primarily just disgusting. The guts of humans, the beheadings, the blowing up of faces, the cutting off of limbs, all that stuff is basically why it's scary. It's not like one of those that just jumps in your face to try to get you to jump, which I'm not a big fan of. I'm more of like a suspense person. It's like the story that dictates the how nervous you are, the Hitchcock's bomb under the table kind of thing. We as the audience know what's going on, but the other people don't. The suspenseful aspect. I enjoy that more in my scary films, because suspense is, well, actually suspenseful. But when it comes to like these gruesome slashers, is just the more grotesque is what makes it scary, which it isn't, because the second you walk out, it's just like, well, I watched that film. This film, it tries to pick up where the last one left off, but I didn't like it, because it goes, it starts off with the clown in a Santa costume. And I was like, okay, the first film did it where the film started, where it ended. And I love that, because you can tell that's where it's going. Like halfway through the film, you're like, oh, that interview is of this situation. You can tell that by, like, I think the third of the film, you realize, oh, okay, that's what's going on. And then the second film starts at the beginning of the first film. Well, technically the beginning and end of the first film. That's where the second film starts. And it continues on, and then it ends with him being beheaded, the girl taking the head away, and then the Victoria giving birth to the head. That's how it ended on 2. And this one starts off with the clown being in a Santa costume taking out a family. And then it goes 5 years before. And then it shows what happened in the clinic with Victoria giving birth to the head. Well, how he got his body back. It shows all of that. And then what happens? The clown goes up to the attic, Victoria slits her wrist, the clown ends up rocking his chair until he doesn't move for 5 years. Then it goes to present day, and some people are showing up to demolish the house. One gets killed by Victoria, who slit her wrist, and the other one gets killed by the clown, who was still sitting in the rocking chair, covered by cobwebs. And I'm like, I would have preferred it to just start where the last one ended. I didn't like the whole Santa opening, because to me, that had no place in the actual story. Because you're trying to think, it was like, where did this take place? When did he destroy this family? And I couldn't figure it out, because it goes from him coming back to hunting whatever that girl from the second film was. And I gotta say, that's kind of upsetting, because it was like, in the first film, it was just like one of those typical horror slasher films where the teens are idiots and they constantly do dumb stuff. The sequel, they went to the other cliche, because you know there's always one person that dies first in every single horror film. There weren't any in the first film, but in the second film, and well, if you're talking about a zombie film, it'd be the fatties that are the first to go. But they had to do it, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. But in the last film, in the very last film, it was just, this one, it had magic powers. Apparently the girl from the second film is an angel. I was thinking the second film, it was like, oh, that's who the clown is. It's their parents. He's there to take them out. Well, that was obviously wrong. Apparently the father saw visions, put the sword, gave it holy powers. Was that him in hell creating the armor? Is that what was going on? Because that's what I thought. I was like, is that her father now? Because in the third film, it shows a demon basically making the armor that her father drew her wearing, I guess, like making it. So I was thinking, okay, that must be her father. No, it's just a regular demon, I'm assuming. There's so many little things that I was just like, I'm not a big fan of this. I don't care. And then of course it's just like, okay, so they're gonna wrap it up. They're gonna basically have it be a beginning, middle, and end. You start it in the first film with him just killing someone. The second film, he's a serial killer and the demon possessed him, and it's her job to take him out. The third film, she realized she didn't take out the girl, so now she needs to take out the demon that's controlling and keeping the clown alive. I was like, good. They're gonna end it in a trilogy, and it's gonna somewhat make sense. Well, guess what? It doesn't end. They have it at the very end where it's like, well, you know, the clown gets away. She did kill the demon, but the clown gets away. Everyone around her keeps dying. It just, it was aggravating. It's overly gruesome. The story really isn't there. I can't think of anything that was really, I gotta say, the clown is creepy as heck in every single one of the films because, well, clowns are creepy. And okay, I'll just get into it. Why I feel clowns are especially creepy. I hate makeup. I have always despised makeup. People who wear makeup do it to conceal how they look. I'm sure a lot of people out there have known someone who wears makeup, and the second they get one of those wipe cloths and wipe it off their face, they look like a completely different person. I don't like that. I have never been a fan of that. Even when I was younger, clowns terrified me because you don't know who that is. Even to this day, if someone puts on makeup, I will not be able to put two and two together. Like, my fiance was wearing makeup the other day, and when she answered the phone, because it was a video call, I had to do a double take because I didn't recognize her. I was just like, and then she starts talking. I'm like, oh my goodness, thank goodness, because I don't like makeup. I never have, and I'm an oddball like that. But it's the reason why, and I've realized why I've never liked clowns. I'm someone who needs to see the person in front of me. And I know makeup is this huge thing. A lot of people need to wear it, but I, for one, I don't wear it, of course. I'm lucky enough not to need it because I'm a guy. But then again, I don't believe anyone truly needs it. But that's just me. But it's just so aggravating. It was funny because it took me years to find out that's why I despise clowns, because I can't stand makeup. It's just how I am. I've never liked makeup. And here are clowns who are overly caked on makeup. You don't see who the person is behind the makeup. It could literally be anyone. Everyone can put on that same face and be just as creepy. And it's like, nope. But yeah, he does a great job as the clown. Absolutely creepy. His deadpan stare, the way he just looks at people consistently. This film I didn't really care for. It's him in his Santa outfit. It's so the first two take place on Halloween's, basically a year apart. The next one, I guess it's 5 years later, right before Christmas. I guess after you've done the certain holiday enough, you need to continue it, because it kept reminding me of Die Hard. It was like, Die Hard was Christmas, Die Hard was Christmas, Die Hard was Christmas. Die Hard is New Year's. It's just like one of those things, like, you know what, let's bring in another holiday. Let's bring in another holiday to make it just as creepy. It's gruesome, overly gruesome. You learn something new about me. I don't like makeup. I feel like makeup is a way to hide who you are. Never been a fan of it, never have. Ask my fiance. I've told her about how I don't like makeup for years now. But yeah, that's why I don't like clowns. Never have. And it's a rational fear. You don't know who it is behind the makeup. Just like with people who wear makeup. You don't know who it is behind that. Sometimes. Because you can really change your face with that. But the film, it's a gruesome film. Is it interesting? I would say no. I would say I didn't enjoy watching it. To be honest, but I'm not a slasher kind of person. I'm not a gory type of person. I mean, heck, if you've seen some of the watch-alongs I do, like there's this one scene in I forgot what it was, Vikram, where they have this guy who cuts like the shin. Is it the shin? Like right behind the leg, at the very base of the leg, right behind the foot area. It's like if that gets cut, you can't stand. That gets cut by like scissors, and I was just, oh, that was gruesome for me. And here is just nothing but that. The problem with that is, like, you see it, and after the first bit, it's just like, well, that's what the movie's about. All right, show me him using a chainsaw to cut people into pieces. All right. But when you see it in another film, it means so much more. Here, after the first a sequence in the film that meant nothing to the series where he's in a Santa costume, you know, killing the family, which really meant nothing to me because it had nothing to do with the story. After that, I'm just like, well, who cares? Because it's so gruesome, and then after that, you can't top it. I would prefer if people would like slowly build, like doing something in the beginning, just a little bit, something small. Because it did start off with the kid being cut into pieces, but you don't see it. And then it goes to the husband. You don't actually see what's going on till the wife turns in bed and sees the clown cutting into pieces. Art the Clown. Oh yeah, that's the character's name. But other than that, I gotta say, I think it would have been better if they just ended it here. Kept it as a trilogy, so that way it ends the whole thing. Instead of it making this superhero female character who apparently now has invulnerability to any kind of damage, hunting down a clown who is unable to die. I guess they're going for a dark superhero series. I guess that's what it is. Very gruesome superhero series. I thought we had The Boys for that, but I guess The Boys is just more adult related content, and this is more gore related content. Anyways, I didn't care for the series. I don't care for the film. The clown is creepy. Despise makeup. You learned something new about me. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Toodles!